As we join you from Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Commanders. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go in our nation's capital. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry here for Kenneth Walker to third. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Well, these two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one. Here's 2nd and 10. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Jackson will keep it. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Only needed a few inches to pick it up and get behind your center and burrow forward like he did.
And remember what the GMs have told us? We build an offensive line starting with our center, the guy who can make all the line calls and also move those big defensive tackles in order to pick up first downs.
This time Jackson will throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. You look at this Cowboy defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Jackson. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
It's 4th down.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. Fourth down. Here's Jackson. Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Ready. Shot. Ready. Ready, shot. Shut up.
Here's Walker. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Jackson now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal.
Middle.
To throw is Jackson. Touchdown! Kenneth Walker. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Commanders take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Cowboys nothing.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Now Milton. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Come on.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jameer Gibbs, 57 yards. And the Cowboys respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. The ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now Jackson. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Devontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys. These two teams all tied after one. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings, because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
To throw, it's Milton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Milton. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing is Milton. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
10 yards on the field.
Now they'll audible to something else.
At the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 84 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season.
At the 37-yard line.
Okay, ready?
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
10 more there and another 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And this time they were ready for him as they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Cougar 19.
2nd and 10.
Here's Milton.
6-yard line.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Commanders 7. Michael Dixon set
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
at their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot. But there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is really thrown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Throwing is Jackson. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Walker hitting the ball is out.
It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. But these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Ready, set. Ready. 19.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Buffalo 18.
Here's Milton now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd down and long.
Let's go now.
To throw is Milton.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage coverage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
33-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He'll try to do it himself. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And they'll send Pickens in motion right here.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yards, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another 1st down.
The give, right side for Gibbs.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Ready.
2nd and 9 now. That's taken in by Golden.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely will. We talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
19-18.
On 4th down, Milton. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Dallas.
Gibbs straight ahead.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Cougar 19.
Back to throw. Milton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Pass caught. That's Golden.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Operating from the gun. Milton. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Here's Gibbs.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
126 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Okay,
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal.
Cowboy 80. Gotta be lying.
Now Milton. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Ready? Gotta be lying. 65 catch, 65 catch. Go.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Here we go, set. 70 Timberwolf. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
Gibbs is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Milton.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so it went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The Commanders' defense looking for a stop here. It's 3rd and goal.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60.
Operating from the gun. Milton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Touchdown.
George Pickens.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Next to score, Cowboys 21, Commanders 7. Michael Nixon set to kick
The
off.
kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Washington.
Ken Walker, that's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Well, they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
We are off to the fourth quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. From the 35, here's second down and 1.
Let's go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. You're ready to spin, you're ready to spin.
Looking to throw. Milton. Over the middle, he's got Golden. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Here's a 2nd and 7. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This offense on third down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Milton. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Get it. Ready.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming out, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry. and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Set. 7.
Back to throw. Milton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Milton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series can very well determine our outcome. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Touchdown, Washington! Kenneth Walker with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Okay, break.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And we'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 5.
Deputy! Cougar 19! Ready, right?
They'll go again here with Akers.
And tough going there as he'll only get up to about the 31. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Okay, ready?
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Cowboy 80!
Looking to throw. Milton. That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Back to throw. Milton. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Johnny Lions. Warriors, 70.
Looking to throw. Milton. And his throw is going to be incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Viking, 18. Ready.
Back to throw again. They'll get that complete to Parkinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Crack all 80.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here comes 2nd down.
19.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
For the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Hand off down to Gibbs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their 2nd-year kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. The conditions only going to get worse as we get back to football here to start this overtime. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they get the ball first here in this overtime period. Remember, even if they score a touchdown, it's not over. There's always a chance to go and score a touchdown the other way, but they can certainly get a leg up with a solid drive here.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that one.
There's certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he's going to have the Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
143 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Jackson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Jackson.
To the right side, catch made by Ibuka.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Charles, you get into these those overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jackson.
And this is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Now a timeout called for by the defense. He'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
The city just made a sweet people diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Welcome New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling. Bad, but somebody gotta do it. Come on, put up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd.
Again, it's Walker. And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
You see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Kind of picked themselves up from that one.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Press on leading. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Buffalo 18.
Milton.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
To throw, it's Milton. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, he and his offense was staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Bison. 60 Bison.
Throwing is Milton. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Nick Herbig picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
70 Rangers.
Here's Milton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake. Milton. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
Let's go now. 77 look.
Dobbs. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Commanders, they get an all-important 10th win to move them to 10-6.